Neil Cavuto and Charles Payne on Fox Business are going to have a conversation about the minimum wage where they make so many bad points, and there are so many angles to this that I want to cover. Let's listen.
But I wonder, you mentioned the unions, Charles, and I'm wondering, they're going to want their stake of that $15 wage that they're demanding. And I wonder if the protesters, the ones that aren't union members yet, know that even if they get that, a chunk is going to go to the union.
A chunk is going to go to the union, and if it were out of just say the craziest scenario did go to $15, not only would a chunk go to the unions, they would lose earned income tax credits, a lot of people. They'd lose some other benefits. Net, some might actually sit down with a pen and paper and say, you know what, keep me at $8. Keep me at $8 because net.
But
all the
you know what I wonder with this, and I'm all for eventually raising the minimum wage. It's not $15. I don't know what it is. Then peg it to inflation. Whatever we want to do to avoid this nonsense. But my bigger concern is, to your point about the McDonald's opening up 50,000 jobs, 1 million folks apply. Let's get them in the door. Let's pay them. Get them a job. Things go. We're firing on all cylinders. Then by all means talk about paying more. But isn't the big issue getting them in the door, getting them a job?
The big issue is getting people a taste of capitalism, a taste of going to work, a taste of the workforce. I even believe that, we should even put more emphasis on summer jobs. But having said that, too, we also should be a little bit honest about this. 600,000 manufacturing jobs are vacant right now because of a skills gap. By the way, only 7% of them need college degree. 2 million STEM jobs are vacant. These are, more educated jobs, science, technology, and engineering. The idea of rewarding, listen, a form of mediocrity is not just hurtful to corporate America or the economy. It's hurtful to the person you're giving the money to.
So it's hurtful to raise the minimum wage because you're rewarding mediocrity. That's his word, quote, mediocrity. See what they think of you? See, this is the thing that's amazing about right-wing media and about conservatives, and it always drives me crazy, is that there's so many people in the middle of the country that have convinced themselves that, yep, those are the guys that are looking out for me, man, those guys on Fox News and Fox Business and these conservative politicians. That's what they think of you. We don't want to raise the minimum wage because then we're rewarding mediocrity, and it's not good for you. It's not good for you if we do that. But wait a second. I thought that you guys always said a rising tide lifts all boats, and the benefit of capitalism is that the harder you work, the further you go, and you get what you're worth, right? That's what they've always said. That's what they've always said. Well, did you know that if the minimum wage was tied to the productivity of the worker, what would it be? About $21 an hour. So if you actually believe those things, if you actually believe that a rising tide lifts all boats and the benefit of capitalism is that however hard you work is as much money as you make, whatever you produce, you get, well then why aren't you guys arguing for a $21 minimum wage? Oh, you're not doing that, are you? Gee, I wonder why. Could it be because you guys get a tremendous amount of money from these big corporations and you're just doing their bidding? Did you know that guy, Charles Payne? He actually was sued, and he had to pay a fine because he was promoting these penny stocks. He was getting paid to promote these penny stocks on his blog and on air on Fox Business. Isn't that amazing? Like, it was just a simple case of corruption. It was a case of bribery. It was a case of fraud. He's out there saying, it's my professional opinion that these stocks are great. Meanwhile, he's getting paid to say that. These guys are loathsome in so many different ways, but you know what the conversation about the minimum wage is really about? It's not about we're rewarding mediocrity. No, it's about the idea that if somebody's going to work a full-time job, maybe they shouldn't live in poverty. How's that for a radical idea? If you're going to work a full-time job and do your part for society, okay, that's all society asks of all of us. Just be law-abiding, pay your taxes, and work full-time, That's more or less what society wants from us. So these people are doing their job, but they're not making enough money to survive. They can't pay the mortgage or pay the rent and feed the kids and take care of everything. But they want you to live in that situation. They're admitting that they want you to live in that situation. He's saying, yes, I'm in favor of people working a full-time job and not making enough money to survive. They like the concept of having a gigantic working poor class. The fact that that term even exists in the year 2014 makes me want to put my head through a wall. Working poor? I mean, what a massive contradiction. And these are the same guys that go out there and argue that, if you're poor, you're lazy. But you just argued that these people working full-time shouldn't make enough money to survive. So they're not lazy. They're doing their job, and you're not paying them enough, for fuck's sake. There's so many parts of this thing that we could talk about. I mean, how about when Neil tries to throw out the idea that, these guys protesting for a higher minimum wage, they don't understand that the unions are going to get a hold of that money too, and they're going to rob these workers. Okay. According to the studies, it is a fact that in states where there's more unionization, the workers make about $1,200 to $1,800 more per year. That's a fact. Okay? Unions equal anywhere from $1,200 to $1,800 more a year. Period. The end. Yes, they might take, a little bit in union dues, but they more than make it up because they negotiate for you collectively, and then they end up getting you benefits and dental and a wage increase and security, et cetera, et cetera. So that's a canard. That's a ruse. It's a diversionary tactic where they try to pretend like, oh, no, don't join those unions because they'll actually fuck you over. No, they won't. They'll actually do a good job protecting you, and the business owners don't want you to join a union for that reason. And then I like when Payne says, they want to stay at $8 an hour. Have you ever heard anything stupider in your life? That, it's okay, guys. People working minimum wage jobs, they want it to be $8 as opposed to $15 or $12, which is a living wage. Yeah, man, you nailed it. What a brilliant point that is. And last thing I'll say, all right, two more things. One is when Neil randomly throws out there in the middle of the conversation where they're continually bashing raising the minimum wage. I'm actually in favor of it. Then why the fuck are you doing this segment, dipshit? Amazing that they could do something like that. And then when Payne says there's a skills gap. See, that's the problem, is that these guys are uneducated. That's the problem. See, it's a way of trying to blame you. It's a way of trying to blame you for your own poverty and saying, there's no such thing as a systemic problem, even though I could highlight like 9,000 systemic problems. But it's a way to point the finger at you and say it's your fault if you're in that situation. And by the way, here's the reality. Whatever little bullshit fact he thought he was giving, there's about 3 people for every 1 job opening in the United States. So it's not like, there's just so many jobs and people can't fucking get them. I mean, they're just lazy. That's the problem. No. People are trying, but there's not enough jobs. There's more people than jobs.